Latham. Now, you definitely know the procedure. Straight off to the showers.
I'll take her if you like.
No, I'm sure you've got that paperwork to finish.
Nothing that can't wait. Move it, Latham.
I think perhaps you'd better take Latham to the showers, Mrs. Powell. That paperwork would need to be completed tonight.
Whatever you say, Governor.
Come on, Latham.
Well, I'm leaving now, Miss Ferguson. You will let me know if there are any problems with Latham, won't you?
Yes, of course, Governor. Good night.
Good night.
Check these, will you?
Sure.
Latham's file.
On the Governor's desk.
Right. Come on, Latham, come and get your clothes. Right, anything?
No. Nothing.
Mrs. Powell, can I go back into the shower room, please, to get dressed?
Yes, of course you can.
Here. Well, look who's here. How'd you enjoy your trip on the outside, eh, Chrissie? Why, you're not too particular, Miss Ferguson, whose company you keep.
Yeah, you never know what you might catch, eh?
Won't be anything that you haven't had, Burns. Now, if you're going to the recreation room, move along and keep your mouth shut. Now, if I were you, Latham, I'd start recruiting some new friends. From what I hear around the prison, you're going to need all the friends you can get.
Being deliberately set up by the women.
Well, I can only believe that, Governor. I was simply questioning Simpson about some alcohol I'd found. And the next thing I knew, she was ripping open her clothing and standing there like some ravished maiden. Would have been quite laughable if it hadn't been so serious.
Have you charged her over the alcohol yet?
No. I couldn't pin her down.
Why you in particular?
Well, I'm sure the women aren't too happy about me breaking up their betting ring. And I'm quite sure that they've heard about my little grapevine.
That certainly would be a motive.
Yes, well, I'm certain Smith and her team know about my informers, but I'm being very careful about their identities.
Well, forewarned is forearmed. Let's hope we can nip this little business in the bud. You may go.
Thank you, Governor.
Already searched it. Yeah, sure, everything seems to be in order. Right, I'll do that.
Oh, Bryant, can't you keep away from the place? I'm speaking to you, Bryant.
The governor said you could go right through, Judy.
Just a moment. Bryant, for the last time, I'm speaking to you, and I expect an answer.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Ferguson. Were you talking to me? It must be that I'm just used to having people call me Judy or Miss Bryant nowadays.
Being on the outside hasn't improved your manners.
You look absolutely glowing. You must be in love. Oh, that reminds me. How's young Hannah getting on nowadays?
She's fine.
Sorry I'm late.
That's okay. How was dinner?
Delicious. Far too much for me, though, so I brought a doggy bag.
Good idea. Hope you enjoy it.
Thanks. Good night.
No.
So, what do you want?
It's all right, Lizzie. It's me, Miss Ferguson.
Miss Ferguson. I haven't done anything.
Oh, I know that, Lizzie. I just thought you might be a bit lonely with Lorna in hospital. So, I brought you a little present.
Black label. God, you must be flush. No, I don't want it. You can't buy me.
Oh, I'm not trying to, Lizzie. I know how you like to have a drink and... Well, I thought perhaps I could make life a little more bearable for you in here. I'm not a monster, you know.
Well, seeing you've gone to so much trouble, I don't suppose one small glass will do any harm. And by the old mill stream where I first met you. You know, I haven't felt like this since VE Day.
Hey, Lizzie, what's wrong? You was tired of something?
Bloody cheek.
Burns, well, it's all right, Burns. Go back to sleep.
You know something? You're a bit all right too, Miss Ferguson. My bloody oath you are.
Oh, it must be hard for you, Lizzie, not being able to get a drink in here. But you all laid in quite a supply a while back, didn't you?
Did we what? And you should have seen the poor old screws looking for it. They were looking everywhere, but we fooled them.
Did you?
Yeah, they gave up at the finish. And you know something? It was right under their noses in the old boiler in the boiler room. I thought you said you were taking me to the hospital.
You shut up, Lizzie. Sometimes you're more trouble than you're worth.
Oh, that's bloody lovely, that is. That's the trouble with this world today. The young ones have got no respect for their elders.
Keep her quiet, will you, Doreen?
Zip your lip, Lizzie. You're the cause of most of the strife today.
Well, maybe I am and maybe I'm not. I can't remember.
Well, we're not taking any chances. That rotten bitch is not winning another round with us. Not if I can help it. Come on, Doreen. Find all the junk you can and chuck it in here. Well, come on, Lizzie. Jump to it.
Oh, B, I couldn't even pull the skin off a rice pudding.
Lizzie!
Don't you reckon she would have checked this last night?
Yeah, I reckon she probably has. But she'll want to show Davo, and she doesn't come back on duty for another couple of hours. Now, come on, let's get going. Come on, Lizzie. We're supposed to be in the hospital.
Oh, forget the hospital. Take me to the morgue.
Well, I'm afraid I can't tell you any more than that, Sergeant. She just said she wanted to speak about the robbery, and could I contact you? Yes, sure. I'll have her ready for you. Right. Bye. Morning, Mrs. Davidson.
Good morning. What was that all about?
Not sure, really, but Simpson asked me to contact the police, so I presume she wants to tell them where the money is.
Yes, it was quite a bit, I believe. About $100,000.
Yes, I must admit I'd be tempted myself at the moment. We could certainly do with that amount at the halfway house.
Oh, that. Is the department still going to become involved?
Well, I certainly hope so. Mr. Douglas is coming in to speak to me about it later this morning.
Oh, surely he doesn't approve of it.
Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, the women are hard enough to control in here. Just think what they'd be like let loose on the outside.
What you both seem to be forgetting is that quite a number of our women are in here for very minor offences.
Oh, yes, well, that may be, Governor, but once in here, they soon show their true colours. I mean, look at that still they made. There was alcohol all over the place.
We aren't certain there was a still.
Yes, we are, Governor. I found it last night.
I can't understand why you didn't tell Mrs. Powell.
Well, I was going to, but she was in such a hurry to make that phone call, I didn't get a chance.
I see. Now, I take it the still is in here.
That's right.
But Mrs. Powell assured me the boiler room had been thoroughly searched.
Not quite. Now, I don't blame her for missing it. If it hadn't been for my
volunteer the information?
Well, I didn't use force, if that's what you mean. I don't believe in it.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Now, still. Well, it's very unusual, I'll agree, but are you sure it's a still?
I've seen similar. It wasn't in here last night. It wasn't.
It's quite all right, Miss Ferguson. I do understand this place can play tricks on you after lights out. Now, if you will excuse me, I have an appointment with Mr. Douglas.
Well, I hardly think that was necessary, do you, Doreen?
I must admit, I was extremely shocked, Bea. What do you reckon, Lizzie?
Oh, God, did she have to slam the bloody door?
Bea, I've got to talk to you.
Bug off.
Please, just give me a chance. I'm worried sick about my kid.
Fair enough. If we could do anything for your kid, we would, but you ran out of chances when you ran out on Hannah.
Nothing to do, Latham. Well, Birdsworth, decided to play a little game, did you? Was it your idea to remove the evidence?
Well, Miss Ferguson, so you decided to come in here and cheer us up with your bright, breezy presence, have you?
I might have known you'd be behind it, Smith.
Behind what, Miss Ferguson?
I'm not finished yet. Just remember that, the lot of you.
Good, because we haven't started.
All right, now just get on with your work.
Well, I suppose we all better get on with it. Oh, Miss Ferguson, if you'd like to drop in your other uniform later, we'll put it in the dryer for you.
What's so funny, Simpson?
Nothing. I was just...
Just laughing? Well, you can spend the afternoon on toilet duty. Let's see if you can find that so funny.
That's not fair.
And they better be clean, otherwise you stay there until they are.
But all she did was smile.
Hey, Ferguson, why don't you take it out on me? Or are you too scared?
Your turn will come, Smith. Don't you worry about that.
Bitch. Butch, don't you mean? Don't worry, we'll fix her.
But how, Bea?
Well, for starters, we'll all clean the toilets in our break. What do you say, girls?
Yes.
Well, except for you, Lizzie. I think you've spent quite enough time in there today. We won't need you either, Latham. Taking you to clean the toilets would be like taking coals to Newcastle.
Bryant, what are you doing here?
I've got an appointment.
I can't make it on the outside, huh? Come back to be readmitted?
I've got an appointment with the governor and Mr. Douglas.
What for?
To discuss the halfway house, if you must know.
Well, I suppose if you've nothing else to do with your time, you might as well waste it on that as anything else. Sign.
You're going to be very unhappy when the halfway house succeeds. I've already signed.
Oh, afternoon, Judy.
Hello, Mrs. Morris.
Mrs. Davidson will see you now. Are you ready for the fray?
You bet. I've been limbering up.
Bryant.
What?
Sign out.
Oh, yes. Mustn't forget the procedures, must we?
Oh, what happened? Have a nice meeting?
Yes, you would have loved it.
Oh, what a shame. Well, I don't want to say I told you so.
Then don't. Otherwise, I might forget that you're not a lady.
Judy.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Morris. I mean, that man just got to me in there. What does he know about women?
Absolutely nothing. But you just have to learn to deal with people like that. I mean, you mustn't attack at the slightest provocation or you'll ruin everything.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what got into me. I just don't think I'm cut out for this job. I'm too emotional.
You'll learn, just like we all have to. Besides, you don't want to let all those women down who've made the soft toys for you, do you?
Don't worry, I won't. Look, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.
So, she got in a huff and blew it, eh?
Don't worry. It'll smooth itself out.
Right, you two, off to the showers. You lovers had a tiff. Right, get over there on that white line. You are Donna Mary Mason? Are you deaf?
Sorry.
You are Donna Mary Mason?
Yes.
And you are being held on remand for charges of drug trafficking, possession, and soliciting for the purposes of prostitution. Is that correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
Right. Get over there by the desk. Over there.
You got any bag?
I had one. I can't remember where I put it, though.
Well, it'll turn up sooner or later. Cigarettes. Cigarette lighter. Key. And one tissue.
We'll have to find something for you to do in here, won't we? After such an exciting life, we wouldn't want you to get bored.
Sign there, please.
Right, Mason, over here. Well, go through there, strip off and shower. Then we'll arrange a little tour for you. You want to find your way around the place. You might be in here for a long, long time.
Why the hell do they send junkies in here?
It's the best place for them. We'll straighten them out. Well, you better supervise breakfast.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
All right, Anna, where is it? Where's my bra?
What are you talking about?
Don't you play silly buggers with me, you silly bitch. Just hand it over.
What would I want with your bra? I mean, it's bad enough sleeping in the same cell with you, let alone wearing your clothes.
The bleeding money was in there as if you didn't know. You saw me put it in there.
You mean you've left it in there all this time?
Yeah, till you got your little mitts on it, yeah.
I didn't touch your money. I didn't think you'd be stupid enough to leave it in there, though.
Well, I've been through 2 searches, haven't I?
Well, why pick on me?
Because you're the only one who knew I put it there.
You're the Peter thief, remember, not me.
You talk about morals and money. It's just a load of bull. I want my money, Anna.
Let go of me. I don't know what it's about to me.
My money, Anna.
I don't know what it's about to me.
Right, cut it out, Chrissie. Get off.
Back off, Latham! Right, now who started this, Simpson?
Oh, come on, isn't it obvious?
Get back to work, Smith. Now, maybe you'll think twice before you start another fight, Simpson.
How do you work that out? It's obvious she's getting the worst of it.
Are you still here, Smith? Get back to work! Right. So much for you two lovebirds. Now, next time you try to break up your affair, don't be so messy about it. Now, clean this mess up, Simpson. Latham, back to work. Wentworth Detention Centre. Just one moment, please.
You're on phone duty.
Yeah, only till the tortoise gets back.
I don't know how that new girl's going to make it through the night.
Donna Mason? Oh, you leave her to me. I've had plenty of experience with junkies. When they start screaming, you just don't worry. They're only looking for attention.
I hope she's all right till morning. Sister Franklin will know what to do.
I told you what to do. Leave her to me. Wentworth Detention Centre.
Could I speak to Miss Ferguson, please?
Speaking.
Oh, it's Brenda Latham here.
Yes, Mrs. Latham.
I'm ringing to arrange the visit with Chrissie. Remember you offered to act as a character witness against her at the custody hearing?
Did I say that?
Yes.
Well, then, if I said it, of course, I'll do it.
thank you. I've been told that the pre-trial is next week. Apparently, Chrissie's escape will go against her in the court.
I think you're right. I'd certainly do the same in your position. Now, what time do you want your visit? Right, that'll be fine. Goodbye. If ever there's a riot, I must get you to stand in for me. Don't panic. I'm not going to touch you. I just want to finish our little talk. Why did you bash Hannah?
Why don't you mind your own business?
All right. Now, we can handle this thing two ways. You tell me the truth, or I put you in solitary. Well?
She put my daughter's life in danger, and she...
And what?
She stole some money.
Money?
Yeah.
How would you get money in here for her to steal?
Who said I brought it in? You had it. Where's the money?
What money?
You'll never get away with this. I'll report you. I'll demand a search.
Oh, don't be stupid, Latham. You surely don't think the money's still in here?
You bloody bitch!
You keep that up and you'll lose everything, including the visit you've got today.
Is it?
Yeah. Your sister-in-law's coming to see you. That should make you very happy.
Can I use the phone?
Sure. Heather will look after you.
Thanks. I'll just leave these here if that's all right. Can I use the phone?
Well, you were right about the file on Donna Mason. The governor was very interested. Take care of that Mason file, will you?
Nice to know I'm not wrong all the time.
Oh, but have a good day sometimes, hey? Listen, I think I'll wait till Bryant leaves. You never know.
My name is Brenda Latham. I'm here to visit Christine Latham.
Oh, there you are, Mrs. Latham. It's all right, I'll take over now. And by the way, would you get me the files on Andrews and Young? If you just sign in. So you didn't bring the baby with you? No, that's very wise. Prison is no place for a baby.
Hello? Yeah, could I have a car, please, at the Wentworth Detention Center? Yeah, to, St. Kilda. Bryant. Yeah, thanks.
I'm sorry if I was a bit vague on the phone, but I've thought about what you said, and yes, I'll definitely speak up for you.
Oh, thank you. I knew you would.
Bryant?
Huh?
What about your toys? Isn't that what you came for? Could hardly have been for old time's sake.
Please, somebody help me. Ow.
Hope you don't behave like that in front of your sister-in-law, after all she's done for you. She takes care of that kid of yours as if it were her own, doesn't she? Oh, yes, I nearly forgot that might well be the case soon. Oh, I hope the court doesn't get to hear about this little episode. They might not think you're a fit mother. And, of course, There are lots of things that I'd be only too willing to tell the court. So clean this up.
You tell them nothing, you bitch!
Come on, Latham. You can do better than that. You stupid little slut. I warned you, Latham. I warned you! Now you will try that again and I will you!
Let me go!
God damn you, Latham! You made me lose my temper!
She's nothing but a troublemaker. Can't be trusted to do a damn thing. That's why she hasn't got a friend in the world. All right, what's your excuse this time, Latham?
God! What are you doing to her? I told you. She got out of control. But she attacked me.
Get the sister as soon as possible. Help me get her out! I'm sorry, Mrs. Davidson, but I'm afraid we've got trouble. Chrissie Latham's attacked one of the officers.
Who?
Joan Ferguson.
Oh, no. Is Miss Ferguson all right?
She's got a bump in her head. Apart from that, she's fine.
Well, Latham's really done it this time. Did anyone witness what happened?
No. Look, I think you should see Latham before you form any opinion. She's in the infirmary.
The infirmary?
Yes. She's been very badly beaten.
Who let you in here? Oh, sister.
Save your breath. She's on a break.
You better not touch me again. I've told Davo everything.
Oh, that's a pity. Because it's only your word against mine. And you've already earned yourself quite a reputation for telling tales, haven't you?
But they know I'm not lying this time. Look at me. I didn't do this to myself, did I?
Then you'll just have to change your story. The women have had it in for you for a long time. Everyone knows that. And anything could have happened after I left the cell. Couldn't it? So you're going to have to soft-pedal this issue, because I can make things very painful for you and not just physically. Yes, it all depends how much you want that kid of yours. And then there's the question of me appearing to discredit you as a mother.
Oh, you bloody bitch.
Just tell the truth.
Which is?
That you fought to the end, and I had to defend myself.
It's crap.
I hope I don't have to pay another visit.
What are you doing in this area?
I wanted to see how Latham is.
Yes, well, I would forget about her if I were you, at least until her injuries have been explained.
It wasn't easy getting her under control. You know what she's like. She doesn't give in quickly. She'll tell you that herself if you can get her to admit it.
I'll be speaking to her when she's up to it. Now, meanwhile, I'd suggest you submit your own report to Mrs. Davidson on the incident.
Tell me, Mrs. Powell, have you ever been threatened by a prisoner?
Of course. But I've never found it necessary to go as far as you did. Mr. Douglas is waiting with Mrs. Davidson. He may wish to discuss this with you.
These reports on the Chrissie Latham incident need clarification.
Oh, in what way, Governor?
Your report states that the prisoner attacked you from behind and you had to subdue her.
Yes, that's what happened.
Miss Ferguson, if you merely subdued her, how do you account for the extent of her injuries?
Well, I agree that was unfortunate, but Latham was in a rage. I acted accordingly.
Mrs. Powell's report does not substantiate that.
Mrs. Powell wasn't there.
Why do you think Latham attacked you?
Fear of losing her daughter, I imagine.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm only surmising, but it's the only explanation I can think of. Latham's sister-in-law had asked me to give character evidence against her.
In a custody battle over the child?
Yes. Oh, I wasn't going to do it, of course. I don't believe that we should interfere in their private affairs.
But you suspect that Latham thought that you were?
Well, that's the only reason I could think of. Why else would she attack me?
That is what we are trying to find out. Why didn't you mention this before?
Well, it all happened so quickly, Governor. I haven't had time to think.
Did she say anything to that effect?
No, not a thing. In fact, I thought she'd gone mad. She certainly looked it when she went for me.
Perhaps other pressures were put upon her.
I suppose Mr. Douglas will want to see me again?
No, I don't think so. That will be all, thank you, Miss Ferguson.
Get down.
Oh, me back. Jeez.
Come on, get down.
I can't make it, honest. I'm not kidding you. It's me kneecaps.
Oh, it was your back a minute ago.
Yeah, well, I buggered me knees too. Came off me bike doing 80.
Oh, good. We'll get out of the van about the same speed now.
Oh, yeah, but what about me back?
Oh, Daniels, for heaven's sakes, get out.
Yeah, well, I got whiplash in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. Bloody driver drove up the arse of a van. Stupid
Get
bugger.
out of there immediately.
Oh, me ribs! Oh, God! Oh, crikey, you've really done it now, haven't you?
Oh, it's your ribs too, eh?
Yeah, bloody cops took me down to the watch house and tore into me. Yeah, but they'll get theirs because I got their numbers.
Anything wrong, Mrs. Berry? Just about everything by the sound of it.
Oh, it's the hold-up.
Yeah, Mrs. Berry. What's the hold-up? I reckon I caught a bit of sunstroke hanging around out here.
Daniels, that explains it.
Oh, you know her, do you?
Mm-hmm. She's a liar, a sneak, a loafer, and a hypochondriac. Get inside.
Sure, Miss Ferguson.
Must have been the way I said it.
My name's Latham. Derek Latham. And the problem's my sister. I've just seen what you've done to her. You're mad.
I think you better sign out, Mr. Latham.
No, I'm not going anywhere until I've seen the governor.
Oh, well, you can't see the governor today. She won't be free.
No? Well, I'll wait until she is free. And then I'm going to find out how come my sister can almost get beaten to death by one of her officers.
What do you mean, who is it? It's Maxie. When are you coming in to see me? Oh, don't give me that crap. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm almost running the joint. Hey, can you bring me in some booze when you come? Yeah, well, that's not all I want, but I suppose I'll have to wait for the other till I get out. God, you're a horny bugger. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm sorting them out in here. I've got them lifting me up and carrying me around. They're mugs, all of them.
You'll never learn, will you, Daniels?
Oh, jeez. Officer Ferguson, you really know how to surprise a girl. Phone rang. I'm holding the fort while the sister's out.
You're on a charge, Daniels. I reckon that should get you an extra couple of days.
Yeah. You would, wouldn't you? You'd put anyone in it.
And you're wrong about us. We're not all mugs.
Yeah, well, you're in it yourself. Because I heard the governor and she's out to get you for bashing up Chrissie. What do you reckon would happen if I told them about Queensland and how all that was hushed up? Yeah, well, just wait a minute. That'd really finish you, I reckon.
I came in here to tell you that you're being transferred to Lizzie Birdsworth's cell.
Sure. Anything else?
Yeah. Get back in there.
Playing me favourite game. Screw the screw. Years ago.
You've got to be crazy.
That's me, Mad Maxine. You just keep walking. Officer Ferguson.
What do you want, Daniels?
Got a fag?
That isn't funny, Daniels. You and your lot got off pretty lightly in Queensland, so don't give me any excuse to deal with you down here. I promise you, you won't get off so easily.
Talking about Queensland would be a bad move, don't you think?
Are you threatening me, Daniels?
No. But there's a lot of people in here who'd like to know your form. On both sides of the fence.
Who'd believe a slut like you?
Only take one. So how about doing me a favour and get Lizzie and me on garden duty?
Oh, don't be stupid, Daniels. The only thing you'll get out of me is a stint in solitary.
Look, what do you got to lose? I'll be out of here in 2 weeks and that's an end to it. Besides, we're both on light duties anyway, so how about something to make it worthwhile to keep me mouth shut?
Another word from you in front of the prisoners, and it'll be the end of you. All right, but nothing else. Out to reception security gates. Mrs. Morris is waiting for you.
Miss Ferguson.
Yes?
I want to see the governor.
What for?
That's my business.
Is it really? Well, the governor's not on duty, so get back to work.
The deputy governor, then.
I'll pass the message on.
I want to see her now.
Smith, you are just another prisoner in here, no matter how you might see yourself.
Every prisoner has the right to see the governor.
Don't quote your rights at me.
Do I get to see Mrs. Powell or not?
I have every reason to believe, Smith, that your request is not urgent. But I'll pass it on in due course.
CB do that for a junkie.
It'd be good for Don to have the support.
Yeah.
But can we help you, Miss Ferguson?
When I want your help, Smith, I'll ask for it.
Suit yourself.
Mason is missing.
Yeah, we know. Mrs. Morris has already been in.
What about you, Simpson? Do you know where Mason is? Somehow I don't believe you. And refusing to answer an officer is insubordination, which means you're in trouble.
You can't do that. She's got laryngitis, haven't you, Hannah?
I'll deal with you later, Daniels.
Okay. So how did you manage that?
Who, me?
Yes, you, clever mouth. Anyone else spoke to the freak like that would be scraping them off the walls.
I thought she'd kill you.
Someone still might if we don't get an explanation.
Thanks anyway.
Yeah, well, she must have had something else on her mind.
Like?
Donna.
Move it along, Daniels. You're supposed to be working. You're probably waiting for that trolley in the laundry.
No point in busting a gut, is there, Miss Ferguson? I'm not going to be in here very long, am I?
The idea was that if I made things easy for you, You'd do the same for me. Now, you're not keeping your side of the bargain.
What do you mean?
Like talking back in front of the other women yesterday. I wouldn't bother with that again.
No bother? It was just a joke. I'm not going to be in here for very long. So you got nothing to worry about.
If anyone should worry...
Ah, Miss Ferguson. I don't think you're in any position to tell. Well, come on. You got nothing to worry about. The other women reckon we're on together. They don't know I've got anything on you.
You talk Daniels and you're finished.
Yeah, well, there's no need to be like that. Can't you take a joke?
Oh, I enjoy a good laugh, Daniels. But you remember Queensland, don't you?
I had nothing to do with that.
Well, if they were to think that we were friends, perhaps the same thing might happen to you.
Miss Ferguson, I don't want any special favours. I'll be out tomorrow. You can forget about me. Okay?
I won't be doing that, Daniels. Now get back to the laundry.
Yeah. All right.
About bloody time. Where have you been?
Well, there's no point in rushing, is there?
Where have you been?
Nowhere.
Probably been out having an early morning workout with the freak.
Oh, come off it. I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole.
So what would you do for her?
Nothing.
And how come all the little favours?
Yeah, I reckon they're on together, B.
We're not.
Either that or you've got something on her. And I think it's about time you shared your little secret.
There's nothing.
You're not going to be able to answer Ferguson back with a broken neck. Just remember.
What's going on, Smith?
Nothing?
It looked to me like you were threatening her. And we can't have that, can we? I think you need a change of air, Smith. You can clean out the showers and the latrines. Daniels, get on the press.
I don't want to work on the press.
Oh, don't worry. You won't have to work too hard. We wouldn't want you tiring yourself now, would we?
Yeah, well, I don't mind doing my bit.
Then get on the press. Right, Smith. The latrines are filthy.
Bloody little crawler. Thank God she's not going to be in here for much longer. With her contacts, she'll end up running the place in no time.
I don't reckon she's on with Fergo.
No? Then how come she's on the press, eh? She must be paying her off somehow. Maybe she's a lagger.
Well, if she is, nobody's found out about it yet. And she knows all about my grog supply. Screws haven't got onto that.
Yeah, but you're her mate, aren't you? And she's not going to dob you in while she can still get something out of you.
She's not me mate. We just have a few laughs together.
Oh, God, you're weak, Lizzie. One little giggle and you're anybody's.
Well, now that's more like it. A nice, peaceful atmosphere. Any trouble?
Well, I haven't been bashed yet, if that's what you mean. Why'd you put me on the press?
Would you rather be scrubbing the latrines with Smith? You wanted a deal? You can't have it both ways.
You really enjoy having me strung out, don't you?
Just like you tried on me.
B's going to have to do something.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not what Fergo wants.
Another new one?
Well, not new, unfortunately. Mouse is one of our more regular clients.
Mouse?
Yes, it's a nickname. Her real name is Heather Trapp. This is Officer Ferguson.
Oh, good day.
Prostitution, petty theft, possession and illegal use of drugs. Sounds more like a rat than a mouse.
Donna Mason is due out of solitary. Could you take her down to the showers before she goes back to her cells? I'll admit Mouse.
Right. No doubt we'll be seeing plenty more of each other.
This way, Mouse.
Was there any trouble when Mason was released from solitary?
Not that I'm aware of. Why?
I thought Smith might have reacted badly.
No, well, Smith was in the latrines cleaning when Mason had her shower, but there wasn't any trouble.
Good. This is the list of prisoners to be released. Would you inform each of them?
Well, do you think that's wise, letting them know in advance?
Oh, most of them keep their own record. They know almost to the minute when they're to be released. Sometimes they get a little confused with remissions and so on, but it's normal policy.
We didn't do that in Queensland. It can lead to trouble. Well, it gives the women time to plan little deals and arrange for things to be smuggled in and out.
Well, there's nothing we can do about that. And anyway, as for the letters, they'll be searched before they leave. Besides, you'll see that Doreen Burns' name is on that list. She's a long-termer. And as she's made quite a number of friends in here, she should be given the chance to say goodbye properly.
Whatever you say.
How are Latham's injuries?
She's perfectly all right. Overreacting is her main problem.
That may be so, but she's to be kept on light duties only until she's fully recovered. Is that clear?
Very well.
Good. That will be all.
You look all in, Smith. Cleaning duty's too much for you.
I can take anything you dish out.
Even when you're up half the night holding your junkie mate's hand.
I wouldn't have to be if it wasn't for the scum who supplier. You wouldn't know anything about that, I suppose.
Don't tell me you don't know. I thought Queen Bee knew everything. You're losing your grip lately, Smith.
I've got my suspicions.
If you're thinking of me, forget it. Drugs are one thing I draw the line at.
Even if it's in exchange for favours.
Oh, don't be stupid. Junkies can't be trusted inside or out. They'll try anything for a fix. Anything.
She'd have to be desperate.
A bit of advice, Smith. You're helping a loser there. Seen her type before. She's marked. A pine box is all she's got to look forward to.
Well, haven't we all?
I expect you've heard the news that Burns is to be allowed a farewell party?
Yes, I don't really approve.
I couldn't agree more, but I've decided to keep my mouth shut.
You have to. There's not much you can do about it.
No, not a damn thing.
Oh, that reminds me, Mrs. Davidson wants you to tell Burns about her release date today. Oh, doesn't matter. Perhaps I'd better do it.
No, it's all right. I'll do it.
Okay, thanks.
Stokes, Burns, Mason, Simpson, Latham, Kennedy and Smith, laundry.
I asked for light duties.
So fold some towels.
At least you're back with us in the laundry.
Yeah, she'll probably be scrubbing the floor with a toothbrush. Tell you what, she's missing one out, though. Excuse me, Miss Ferguson, but do you want us to take Daniels to the laundry with us?
Shut up and mind your business, Smith. Daniels. Garden duty. As per your request.
I didn't ask for garden duty.
Oh, make up your mind, Daniels. Right, now, Burns, what about you? Do you want to work in the garden?
Yeah, all right. I'll do it. Better than working with this lot anyway.
You on strike, Doreen? Oi, seamstress, I'm talking to you.
Oh, sorry, Bear. I was just trying to work something out.
Thought you were doing a time and motion study.
No, I'm trying to work out how much longer I've got to go.
Now, hang on, you said you had about a week to go.
Yeah, I know, but I think I must have made a mistake because I haven't heard anything.
What about that extra time you told me about over the guard dog business? Have you got that in?
Yeah, but I've got a couple of remissions to cover that.
Well, what about the bloke you nicked off with from the roof?
Oh, yeah, that was a mistake. Got 18 months for that. But 12 months of that was to be served concurrently. So that gave me an extra 5 months.
Bleed, Nell. No wonder this country's going down the drain. 6 months, Dor. 12 from 18 leaves 6, you great bird.
Oh, bugger it.
Yeah, give me a look at that.
Well, congratulations, Doreen. You've boiled it down to two possibilities. Either you were due out last April, or you've got another 27 and a half years to serve. Never mind, we'll ask Davo. But she'll probably give you an extra couple of months for all the time you spend in the loo.
Oh, come on, B. This is bloody serious. I could be serving extra time in here and I don't even know it.
Well, isn't this nice? Everyone's having a wonderful time. What do you find so amusing, Mason?
Nothing.
Or wipe that stupid grin off your face. Come on, get back to work, the lot of you. What seems to be your problem, Burns?
I'd like to see Mrs. Davidson.
Beg your pardon?
I'd like to see Mrs. Davidson, please, Miss Ferguson.
Well, I don't think she particularly wants to see you, Burns.
Yeah, well, I'd like to see her because I'm due out of here any day now and I'd like to know exactly when it is.
You'll be told at the appropriate time.
I want to know now. I've got to organise my party.
I said you'll be told on the day.
That's not fair. I've got plans to make.
How does an extra couple of days sound to you, Burns, for disobeying an order? Now get rid of that rubbish and get back to work.
Sick of this. Somebody else can do the next load.
Yeah, maybe we could get Maxine in from the garden. She's had a pretty easy day.
Yeah, I'd like to shove her in with a load of sheets.
And her girlfriend.
Oh, I know what I'd like to be shoving.
Right. Need a few of you out there to help unload the laundry truck. Smith, Latham, and you, Stokes. And what's amusing you, Simpson?
Nothing, Miss Ferguson.
Let's see if you can get a laugh out of cleaning the toilets.
But I didn't do anything wrong.
Right, you three. Mr. Faulkner's waiting for you at the security gate. You, come with me.
Where to?
I just told you, the toilet block.
Can't I clean out somewhere else?
Well, you're frightened of getting your nice little hands grubby. Don't worry, you'll be safe. But life could have been a lot easier for you if you'd been a bit smarter at the start. Now move.
Well, they finally unloaded the laundry van. Not the fastest operation I've ever seen.
Doesn't surprise me.
I hear we're losing Daniels.
Yep, good riddance. I think if she'd been here much longer, she just might have met with a nasty accident.
Was she upsetting some of the women?
Who else?
Well, where's the farewell committee and the brass band?
Where it?
Oh, I thought at least the governor would be here to shake me hand and tell me how much she's going to miss me.
She sends her love and hopes you had a good stay. Sign here.
Well, it hasn't been so bad, as a matter of fact. Quite a surprise meeting up with old friends. Useful, too.
I'm wanted over in C Block.
Oh, see ya.
Listen to me, you little slut. Don't you think for 1 minute that you've got the upper hand on me. It was worth doing business with you because you were only here for a short stint. But believe me, if you ever come back, it'll be a whole new ball game.
Thanks for the tip, Butch. There was... Oh, yeah. I got one for you, too. I dropped our little secret to one of the other girls.
Who?
For her to know, and you to find out.
Right, Simpson, on your feet. I'm putting you on a charge.
What for? What to do this time?
Well, I've just inspected the shower block that you're supposed to have scrubbed.
Yeah, I did.
Looks like a badly kept brothel.
Then you should feel right at home, shouldn't you?
Oh, little Miss Purity's finally found some guts. Or are you just feeling lucky?
Not lucky. Just prepared. Maxine gave me a little going away present about when she knew you in Queensland.
Oh, so you're the one. Now, I let Daniels get away with that for a while because she was only in here for a short time. But you're a long-termer. You don't imagine that I'm going to put up with that hanging over my head for long, do you? Now, Latham tried to stand up to me, and she's a lot tougher than you are.
I wouldn't do anything like that to me if I was you. Because you don't know who I've told.
Right. Now, just exactly what did she tell you?
How you forced yourself on someone, gave her privileges, presents. Only your protection wasn't very effective, was it? The other women got to know and they bashed her up, didn't they? They got a bit carried away and they killed her.
They murdered her.
Yeah, and you went on a little bashing spree of your own, didn't you? Until the authorities found out and forced you to resign. I'm sure there's a lot of people that'd like to know about that now.
Trust Daniels to make something dirty of it. She didn't understand. Nobody did. I was a good officer, straight down the line. And then I met her. I'd never met anyone like her. She was quiet, gentle, and I loved her. And she loved me too. Oh, there was no pressure. There was no need. Then they killed her. I've been looking for someone like that ever since. There's no one. There's nothing left but the scum like the ones who killed her. I thought for a while that perhaps you...
Oh, Mrs. Powell.
Yes?
I'd like to see Mrs. Davidson, please.
What about?
I'd like to lay a formal complaint about one of the officers.
Well, which one of us this time?
Officer Ferguson.
Who else? Now, come on, you didn't get very far last time.
This time it's different. This time I've got witnesses. Lots of them.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines.